Okay, what's up, guys? So, Spill Sesh, they've uploaded a video, and yeah, it's this is my first time actually reacting to Spill Sesh. I've seen their videos before. Their videos will always get like recommended if I were to react or watch a hot tea video. So, yeah, I feel like with Trisha Paytas just being in the news a lot, or me just overall, because I had to say in the recent times I've had made some videos on her. I made a few videos on her, but anyways, yeah, this one's titled "Trisha Paytas calls out Natalie Noel and Corinna Kopf." I think I did see that she called out Corinna Kopf, but Natalie, I'm like, Natalie is not doing anything. That's why it's like it confuses me, because I'm like, she's probably the most low key one out of the whole group. Like everybody else, because you sit down and think about it, everybody. Natalie's like, yeah, she's on TikTok, she's on Instagram, of course. I feel, well, she created TikTok later, but I feel like everybody had an Instagram at some point in time, so she was bound to have like some sort of followers. But she's like, if we were comparing like Vlog Squad to Seahawks, she is hands down Marshawn Lynch. Like, she's the one person that everybody loves, but she's the most quietest one out of them. She doesn't even have a YouTube channel. So I'm saying, like, I don't know, she might have created one, but I think when I had last seen, yeah, she doesn't have a YouTube channel. So to me, she's the quiet one. But I'm like, what can Trisha Paytas possibly say about her? Like, it confuses me. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead, drop that like. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Spill Sesh for more videos like this. And that being said, let's get into this video. Digging the Christmas intro. I should do that. I got like a Christmas hat. I don't got no
Just
Christmas
letting you
clothes.
guys know, you can listen to my podcast No Bleeps anywhere you stream podcasts, or on my No Bleeps YouTube channel. Link in the
No Bleeps?
description.
Okay.
Hey guys,
Check it out,
it's Billy,
guys.
and welcome back to Spill Sesh. I hope
what's her
everyone
name?
in the description. Hey guys, it's Billy, and welcome back to Spill Sesh. I hope everyone had a happy and safe Thanksgiving. But today we are talking about Trisha Paytas, because she has gone off on another rant this week during a mukbang that she did in her car, where she decided that she was going to be taking shots at Natalie from the Vlog Squad, as well as Corinna and Jason's ex-wife. I mean,
oh, wow.
Truly, it doesn't.
Wow, and Jason, wow. Now, okay, Trisha, or not Trisha, but Jason's ex-wife is more, like, quiet than Natalie. So it's like, that girl, I'm telling you, she would, yeah, anything for views. Literally anything for views. Like, I know people are going to probably be commenting on my channel like, but you're reacting to this video and you're getting views. Yeah, it's one thing to be getting, like, I'm getting low views. I'm not getting no views compared to anybody from Vlog Squad or Trisha Paytas. So I'm like, this is my own personal opinion on the situation. I think she's a clout chaser, so.
Stop with Trisha. This past week, she's called out so many people, and in the past month, she's called out so many people. Some of them, like, yeah, she really needs to call them out, because some people, like Zoe Laverne and Tony Lopez, people were praising Trisha for calling them out, but then I think she just like totally got carried away and started calling out.
Wasn't it the one girl? I don't know the guy, but the Zoe girl, wasn't that the girl? She got mad at Charlie D'Amelio for passing her up and followers on TikTok, and then she was like caught kissing a 13-year-old, I think, and she's 19. I'm like, that's somebody worth calling out. That'll probably be the only thing I guess I had to say I could support from Trisha Paytas, but it's like everybody is against that. Like, that's just something I'm like, there could be anybody that'll come out and talk about it and they can get some support from it and stuff, but yeah, I'm like, we all know that that's wrong, but anyways.
No reason at all, and basically we're back to where people are suddenly just like, this is ridiculous, why are you calling these people out? Because when she was calling out people like Tony and Zoe, people were suddenly starting to be like, oh my gosh, I'm agreeing with Trisha for the first time, oh my gosh, look at Trisha actually using her platform for good, calling out people that are actually needing to be called out. And suddenly she's
like, build a following, use that following to take out others, and I think that's what she was trying to do, but it's like, you're going to have to do that to people that's, like, a lot smaller than you. Like, for an example, myself, I feel like, well, she couldn't necessarily take me out, maybe to dinner, but I still wouldn't go. But I'm just saying, but it's usually, like, small channels that would be more affected by you calling them out. If it's somebody like Corinna or Natalie, especially Natalie, like, that's, I just don't see that. Now, yeah, then Jason's ex-wife or the D'Amelio sisters, yeah, those are people where it's like they're off limits. Like it's yeah, and I know some people will probably say that Jason's ex-wife, like, she's nowhere. I don't know of her social media accounts or anything, but she'd probably be like the smallest person out of them all. But still, it's just one of those things where it's like it's off limits. Like, what are you calling her out for? What did she say? What did she do? So, anyways,
back to
and my thing is, it's like whatever happened between Jason and his ex-wife, like whatever beefs or problems that they had, that's between them. Trisha Paytas, like, that is not your lane. Like, that's not your business or place to talk about another person's. Like, it would make sense if they were both like, social media influencers, but one of them's not even a social media influencer. You're just only attacking Jason. That's like, if there is something to say about him, you're only attacking him because that's your ex. So I'm saying, like, my thing is, people like that's not even involved in the social media game, there's no reason to talk about them. Like, there's no reason to mention them or anything. But I just personally, I feel like that if Jason Nash's ex-wife were to come out and make a video, she would demolish Trisha Paytas.
Any drama that literally just frustrates people, and that really just took place last week with the entire James Charles, Dixie, and Charlie situation. That entire drama just escalated way too far. She was going off on James like crazy, and she was going off on Charlie and Dixie and the parents, and it just got ridiculous.
70-some videos on them.
Seriously, she looked really bad because none of the points that she was making was actually a good point, honestly. And she just started to call James Charles a creep and judge him for being friends with Charlie.
Even though, like, she's done videos hanging out with kids herself. I'm like, yeah, it's... So, to explain that situation, so, yeah, James Charles, it's like, of course he's going to probably be friends with a lot of, like, the big, like, influencers. Because he's always doing, like, those, like, makeup tutorial videos. So, of course, they're going to see how good his makeup is. Those content creators are going to contact them and be like, hey, can you do my makeup or can we do a video? Of course he's going to be with it. You got Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio calling you up to do a makeup tutorial video. That's followers going from them to you. So I'm saying, like, yeah, I see it as that, but it's, I don't know. With Trisha Paytas, I'm like, I just don't see why she was out here hanging out. Yeah, because it's just, I don't know. Because she was hanging out, what was that one girl, the kid, she'd be having, like, the really fast intros. And no, so my friend Hot T, she did a video where, on Trisha Paytas, where it was determined, or I think, so Keemstar, but it was shown in the Hot T video. That's how I found out about it, but... yeah, Keemstar, he posted how Trisha Paytas was hanging out with that girl with them, like, fast intros. It's like, I don't know, some blonde girl. I don't know, I can't, like, her, I think her name starts with a S or a Z or something, I don't know. But anyways, but it's like, yeah, it's like, that's, kind of hypocritical and ironic how you calling somebody out for hanging out with somebody that's under age, but you did the same thing. You're much more older than James Charles, the D'Amelio sisters, and the person that you were hanging out with, so... It's kind of weird, but anyways.
Judge Charlie's parents for letting James Charles be friends with
and
Charlie.
He was there with parents,
it's just
so.
Turned into a whole mess, and now people are back to Trisha, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And she definitely did not help her case when she made a video this week called Panda Express Noodles, Orange Chicken, and Other. And in this video, she was getting sassy, and she even said that in the video. She was like, I think that this Panda Express is making me sassy because she decided that out of nowhere she was going to start going off on the Vlog Squad members.
Wow.
And obviously, if you guys know, Trisha used to date Jason, and she, credits the ending of her relationship to David Dobrik, even though she's the one that made the really bad David Dobrik expose video that ultimately ended her relationship because Jason was like, I need to choose David because that's where the paycheck comes from and I'm not gonna be with you. And basically she has hated David ever since, and every other Vlog Squad member, and here we are, we're talking about Natalie.
I personally think that I don't know, I shouldn't say things like that because it is kind of messed up, but I just didn't really see that relationship like lasting, and you should be positive with any relationship, and I was positive. I was just like, okay, Jason's happy, they seem like that they hitting it off well, so I do wish the best for them, but it just didn't seem like likely for them to date. Like, I don't know, I'm not gonna put Jason in that category as classy, I'm sorry, but I'm like, but I would have to say he's a little bit more classier than Trisha Paytas and stuff. Like, I don't know, it's just something about Trisha Paytas. I'm like, who would you rather bring home to like your parents, Jason Nash or Trisha Paytas? Like I'm saying, I think I'd bring home Jason Nash. He seems like he's a little bit more convincing. Like I think I'd rather for like my family to see his videos than Trisha Paytas' videos and stuff, because my family they're a little criticizing. They could say some hurtful things, and so I think it's best like with Jason. They'll just see him as like, oh, he's just like the funny guy. Like he's in that category as like one of them like old comedians like Jim Carrey or somebody. He has like a wild side to him and things. So they're gonna find that type of stuff funny. But with Trisha Paytas on the other hand, they're gonna just be like, yo, what's her problem? Like
Natalie Corinna and Jason's ex-wife. So during this video, she's eating and she starts to get a little shady. She starts talking about a YouTuber's friend who's in this group, and she's like an influencer, but she's not really an influencer. And I was like, let me just scroll through the comments because I don't know who she's talking about. And then I see that it's about Natalie. Then begins to talk about how she's never liked this person. She doesn't name Natalie, but this is what she's basically saying. She never liked this person, and this person was always mean to her, making comments about Trisha's weight. And it was like sad, honestly, that if this is true, that Natalie was ever saying these things about Trisha and her weight and stuff. But Trisha then decides that she's going to get super petty and mean, and she's like, well, I've been seeing you lately, and you told me that I looked like a fat whale, and welcome to the ocean, girl. And I was like, holy...
Wow.
Oh my god,
if that's
what?
true, Natalie is out here roasting. Like, no, those are roasts. Dang, if she is saying that, then dang, that is messed up. But I don't know. Like it's somewhere I'm like I gotta hear it like on tape or something. We're not on tape, but like making it seem like it's like 2002 or something. But it's something that I would have to like see or hear, And then I'm like, oh, so she did say that. Okay, so we all now know. But anyways,
like she's body shaming Natalie, and she just said that she hated Natalie because Natalie was body shaming. This is just a nasty.
Wait a minute, so was Trisha saying that to her? No, I think she was trying to say Natalie said that about her. I don't know. Either way, I'm like, there shouldn't have been no body shaming in the first place. Like, whether Trisha was saying it about Natalie or Natalie was saying it about Trisha, it shouldn't have been something that's why I'm like, Natalie just doesn't come off as that type of person that say some things like that. But it's one thing to see a person on, like, you can see how they are on camera, but you don't really know how they are off camera. But I don't know. Like, I don't know. It could just be a situation like the person that she is on camera, like, that's who she is in real life. So, it just doesn't seem like she would say that type of stuff. I don't know. I'm not trying to be in the defense or I'm a simp or any of that stuff for Natalie Noel. But yeah, it just I don't know. It just doesn't like seem likely. But I like I said, it's one of those things where it's like I would have to like be there to be like, oh, okay, so she is saying that. All right, now I know. But anyways,
cool that body shaming just should not be a thing.
Yeah,
it should not be a thing at all. I don't know why Trisha had to go there. I really don't know, but she did, and it's just why? Literally why? Because you don't like David?
Yeah.
Because he ruined your relationship? You don't need to go around and judge other people. And if other people have judged you and that's why you don't like them, then don't stoop to their level. Don't stoop to their level. That's pretty much what I gotta say. And then she goes on to say that Jason's ex-wife is manipulative and evil and just judgmental, and that she used their kids as a pawn. And it's just very clear that Trisha was feeling some type of way in this video. I don't know if it's because she was getting excessive hate at the time.
It's like you would think Jason would have came out and said some stuff like that before, but he's talked on his wife, but it's more of those like, it's like jokes, he's just cracking jokes. And also, it's like, I don't know. One of those things like with Natalie, it's like you would have to see it to believe it in things. But yeah, I think that's kind of crossing the line where you're talking about, like, because my thing is like, whoever, like, I hope I never have an ex-wife. I hope, like, but that's the thing. It's like, they could be one of those situations. Like, I don't know. I can't see into the future, but if I were to ever have an ex-wife, I would, like, definitely, I'm gonna, like, be cool with them and stuff. Like, okay, we just seen our differences and we're no longer with each other and stuff, and yeah, we've moved on, but I'm still going to have a respect for them, also because that's the mother of my children. So I'm like, yeah, for you to come out like and to talk on her as if you know her, like you've been in the same, like I don't know if they've been in the same room with each other or same area or whatever and stuff, but I'm like, if you're going based off of what Jason said or whatever, I'm like, yeah, I would have had to like nip that right there, like nah, off, like, you know, ex-wife, off limits. Like, don't talk about the exes. Like, that's off limits. Like, you can talk about us for as long as you want. When it comes to exes, like people that you don't know, like this wife, like Jason's ex-wife would be like a trained like mixed martial artist or something. You do not want to get no roundhouse across the face because you out here talking about people on videos and stuff. Like, that's, yeah, I just think that it's just being petty that you know, she's coming out on videos talking about people that's not even like a content creator or anything. It's like, you know, it's like, don't talk about anybody, but if you are, like, talk about content creators. Don't talk about random people and stuff. But anyways,
that she was recording this video because she was completely getting canceled on TikTok because of all of the Charlie and the Dixie stuff, and she definitely just like went way too far, and so people were suddenly starting to say things like she should just stop because it's honestly really creepy the way that she is judging a 16-year-old and talking about a 16-year-old and making like 15-20 videos.
I know, it's like, how are you gonna get, that's one thing where it's like, it just hit me, but how are you going to get on James Charles for hanging out with a 16-year-old kid, but here it is, you're making like 70-something videos on a 16-year-old kid? Like, honestly, I could see if these guys had lived next door to each other, Trisha Paytas and the D'Amelio sisters, you most likely would have been over at their house trying to get a video or something. So I'm saying, it's like, who's really being weird in this situation? Somebody that's being cool with the whole family, or somebody that's attacking the family? You know, like,
a 16-year-old, it's just like not right at all, especially if she's the one that's calling out James Charles for being creepy and saying that he needs to leave Charlie alone. She definitely was one that needed to leave Charlie alone and just kind of like give it up because the drama was ending, and she was still going along with it. But she ended up saying in this video that she likes being canceled on TikTok because it's a nice little change of pace from YouTube. But I don't know, you guys. Trisha is just such a wild card, and even on TikTok,
don't know how she's gonna react to
stuff. She feels like she's permanently canceled, and that's the fun part about being canceled, is that she can't get any more canceled than she already is, and she can just say whatever she wants. Which, it's just, this video, when she was talking about Natalie, I was just like, it's a bit too far. It's a bit too far. Like, I'll give it to you that Jason's ex-wife did not like you because she was worried about her kids being around you
I think any parent would. I mean, I think I would be. That's like, who can I necessarily compare? Like, if it was a male Trisha Paytas, dang. But if there was like a guy out there, like if my ex-wife was bringing my kids around somebody that was like Trisha Paytas, I would be like, so you couldn't have just brought them over to my house, and then you went and did your thing with the man version of Trisha Paytas? Like, you're gonna put my kids in that environment? Like, you don't know who this person is? Like, you should do some research. Like, it's no disrespect to them. I think it's best if they have their own kids and hang out with them. But when it's my kids, I'm just trying to see the safety of my kids. I wouldn't want them to be introduced into something. And and it seems like Trisha Paytas, like she has the like right mind on her head and wouldn't introduce Jason's kids to any weird stuff. But I'm saying, like, we're talking about some teenage kids. Like, I don't know. Well, I think the son is a teenager. I don't know how old the daughter is, but she's still like they're at that age where the internet exists. Everybody is using it. All you have to do is just simply type up Trisha Paytas, and you're seeing things that you shouldn't even have seen before. So, yeah, I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't want my kid, but I know that has, like, well, I guess it does in a way, like, have something to do, like, with meeting face to face. Like, it's pretty much the same thing and stuff. But I don't know. I just wouldn't want my kids around somebody like them. But anyways,
influence for her kids and all of this stuff. But we don't need to talk about Natalie's weight. That's just not. We don't need to go there.
Yeah.
Now, with the whole Corinna situation, she was talking about Corinna on TikTok.
Like, because I've talked on this before, when that type of stuff, like, gets to you, when somebody talks about your weight, whether it's a comment or a video or whatever, ignore that stuff. Like, the thing people need to understand is, like, that's your body, you're living with it, they're not living with it. If they did live with it, they wouldn't know how to handle it. You know, like that's like whatever problems that you got in life, you're handling it, and that's all that matters, and you're gonna get through it. So that's how people just needs to see things like what you're living with, live with it. That's motivation. You gotta see is this. That's motivation, whether you're small, big, tall, short, whatever you got going on in life. Like you're living with it. You're like you should be motivated by it. Like not motivated to be better, but it's like I mean you obviously motivate yourself to be better in life, but just whatever things that you got going on in life, like whether you're short, tall, big, small, you know, like embrace it, you know, then people are going to see that and that's going to motivate them to embrace their bodies and embrace their shortness or their tallness or their bigginess or their small. I don't know, man. I'm making up words, but just embrace who you are. Don't hear a comment and be like, oh, now I gotta lose a bunch of weight, or I gotta gain a bunch of weight, or I gotta do all these stretches to make myself taller, or I gotta stop wearing bigger shoes, or just, you know, like be slouched over so I can look short and stuff. But anyways,
and she actually posted a video because Corinna was defending the entire James Charles and Charlie situation and called Trisha out for talking about a 16-year-old pretty much just like everybody else was. And Trisha decided that she was going to call out Corinna for being problematic in her past and saying like, aren't you the girl that made a merchandise that was profiting off of mental illness? Because at one point in time, Corinna had merchandise that said, my anxieties have anxiety, and she did get called out for this at the time because people were just like, you know, anxiety isn't some cute and quirky little thing that you just throw around and put merchandise out for. Like, that's really something that people deal with, and it's not something that you should just be profiting off of because it's trendy or anything. Like, no. That's just not what we're doing.
I'll go back and forth all day long.
I don't know. I guess because you just see so many things out there where people profit. Because I'm like, Balenciaga was trying to sell a shirt for $1,600. It was like a blue shirt with a button-up shirt like stitched to it in the front and things. I'm like, I think I'd rather buy the anxiety shirt than a $1,600. And that's just more so just me being like cheap and but just also being smart with what I'm buying and stuff. But I guess like I don't really see a problem with it because you sit down and think about it. They have like that one clothing brand, the anti or the anti-social club or whatever it's supposed to be. But but it's like, you know, there's people out there, it's like really legitimate, like they suffering from some like anti-social type stuff. I remember, I think it was it My Strange Addiction? I can't remember what show it was, but there was a girl that was like, you know, she was very antisocial. Like, she couldn't be in the same area as people. She didn't want people to look at her, talk to her, or nothing. But it's like, you know, people deal with stuff. People embrace, like, you know, just, they deal with a bunch of things. All I gotta say about it is just, you know, embrace it or handle it and just, you know, motivate the world with how you handle it or how you're embracing it.
Long, because you know you ain't perfect either, babe. Call me controversial because my out there, but honey, your darkness will come to light soon if you really wanted to. Corinna, aren't you the same chick who made merch called My Anxieties Have Anxieties, profiting off mental illness?
And so Trisha was calling her out for that, but then people were very quick to call Trisha out right back because Trisha many times has said she has self-diagnosed herself with, you know, certain mental illnesses, and she has completely offended the DIZ community at one point in time. Like, there's just been so many incidences where Trisha has truly like mocked mental illness. She like pretended that she had stuff.
My thing is like, I have to say I've dealt with some things, but I don't use it as like an scapegoat or whatever you want to call it and stuff. I more so is like put it out there as just like, you know, don't be afraid to talk about what you got going on in life, but don't, you know, use it to gain attention and things. And so I just feel like that with Trisha, I mean, but anybody could really come out and say stuff like that and things like where they're dealing with anxiety or depression or whatever and stuff. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's one of those things like deal with it or embrace it and just, you know, move on with life. But I just don't see it as like it needs to be an argument or a conversation starter or whatever you want to call it and things. But anyways,
for her to call out Corinna for something that she has done literally on like a way worse level, because Trisha was also profiting, but she was also like pretending to have something. It's just like, girl, what are you thinking? What on earth are you thinking? So that's like pretty much all of the call outs that she has done on the Vlog Squad in the recent days. It's just like a never-ending cycle. I feel like Trisha will always be calling out members of the Vlog Squad just because of the entire Jason situation.
Yeah.
I feel anytime anyone has beef with Trisha, she will talk about you endlessly forever and ever, or just like name drop your name to start something
like,
for no
reason.
reason.
Like 2 photos, it just even like, look, maybe she does got multiple personalities. She got something going on. Didn't she say that at some point in time?
Like, when she called out Liza Koshy for coming out with a makeup and skincare brand, and she name dropped Jeffree Star and was like, he does the same thing. He always comes on to post about his cash grabs.
Okay, so let me know if I'm the only one that has a problem with this. When creators who create regularly take breaks or leave the internet, Liza Koshy is definitely one of those people, kind of just living their life, and that's totally cool. But when they have something to promote, they come back and make a video to promote. A lot of people have done this. Jeffree Star, Jaclyn Hill, and a ton of other creators.
And it's
how's
just
that
like,
a problem?
oh my god, this is how you start problems. This is it right here. When you don't like someone or you're no longer friends with someone, and then you just like bring them up randomly in drama, and then they get offended. And it's like, she loves it. She loves it so much. And that's like the craziest thing. But
that's crazy.
anyways,
you call out
you guys,
Liza just because she's
let me know what
releasing
you guys
some
think about
makeup
this
or
entire
lotion, whatever it
situation.
was. That's
She honestly says all of this stuff like so calmly too, that it's just like it rolls off her tongue, being like offensive to people or calling people out these days. But let me know
she's
in the
like
comments
that guy
down
from
below. I
Split.
love you guys so
That's what
much,
it
and I will
is.
talk to you in the next video. Bye guys.
Like one day we dealing with Trisha, next day we dealing with Raphael, next day we dealing with Jonathan, like, and then right back to Trisha. And then one day we might get like Trisha's twin Alyssa. Like, we just dealing with a bunch of people. But yeah, I just think that you know, that girl just needs, she, if anybody, needs a break from YouTube. But that's just what I gotta say about the situation. But anyways, make sure you guys go subscribe to Spill Sesh for more videos like this. Yeah, go show him some love. Go subscribe to him. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.